die till we, through our service, Kirtan. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Follow. Jasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Jasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Follow. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Jasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tera Vanachari. Follow Prem Sevali. Jamuna Tera Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Jasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Everybody! Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gaur Premanande, Jaya Vishnupada Paramahamsa, Prabhav, His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta, Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Jaya Vishnupada Paramahamsa, Prabhav, His Divine Grace, Srila Bhaktivedanta Goswami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Granthara Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, all glories to the Prabhupada. Mataji, there's a green bag there, between those green bags. Right there, between those kids. Yeah, thank you. Is it hot? Thank you. Thank you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 9, verse 29. Yad yujate sha vasukarma manovachobhir. Yad yujjateshu vashukarma manovachobhir. Dehatmajadishu nibhyes tad asat prithakvatat. What? Dehatmadeshu nibhistad asat prithakvatat. Nair eva sad bhavati yat kriyate prithakvat. Tair eva sad bhavati yat kriyate prithakvat. Sarvasya tad bhavati mulanishechanam yat. Sarvasya tad bhavati mulanishechanam yat. Yad ujjateshu vashukarma manovachobhir. Dehatmajadishu nivistad asat prithakvat. Tair eva sat bhavati yat kriyate prithakvat. Sarvasya tad bhavati mulanishechanam yat. Yad ujjateshu vashukarma manovachobhir. Dehatmajadishu nivistad asat prithakvat. Tair eva sat bhavati yat kriyate prithakvat. Sarvasya tad bhavati mulanishechanam yat. Kriyate prithakvat. Sarvasya tad bhavati mulanishechanam yat. Yad vijjatesu vasukarma manovachibhir. Dehatmajidishu nivistad asat prithakvat. Taeva sad bhavati yat kriyate prithakvat. Sarvasya tad bhavati mulanishechanam yat. Yajujateshu vashukarma manovachobhir. Dehatma Jidishu Nivistad Asat Prikakwat Tareva Sadbhavati Yat Kriyate Pritakwat Sarvasya Tadbhavati Mulani Shechanam Yat. Yat, whatever, yujjate is performed, ashu for the protection of one's life, vashu protection of wealth, karma activities, manaha by the acts of the mind, vachobhi by the acts of the words, deha atmaja adishu for the sake of one's personal body or family, etc. With preference to the body. Reference to the body. Nibhi by the human beings. Tat, that. Ashat, impermanent, transient. Pritakvatat, because of separation from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Tai, by the same activities. Eva, indeed. Sat bhavati, because factual and permanent. Yat, which kriyate is performed. Apritakwat, because of non-separation. Sarvasya, for everyone. Tadbhavati, becomes beneficial. Mula nishechanam, exactly like pouring water on the root of a tree. Yat, which. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In human society, there are various activities performed for the protection of one's wealth and life by one's words, minds, and one's actions. But they are all performed for one's personal or extended sense gratification with reference to the body. All these activities are baffled because of being separate from the devotional service. But when the same activities are performed for the satisfaction of the Lord, the beneficial results are distributed to everyone, just as water poured on the root of a tree is distributed throughout the entire tree. Very nice translation. Purport. This is the distinction between materialistic activities and activities performed in Krishna consciousness. The entire world is active. And this includes the karmis, the gyanis, the yogis, and the bhaktas. However, all activities except those of the bhaktas, the devotees, end in bafflement and a waste of time and energy. Moghasha mogha karamano mogha gyano vichetasa. If one is not a devotee, his hopes, his activities, and his knowledge are all baffled. A non-devotee works for his personal sense gratification, for the sense gratification of his family, society, community, or nation. But because of all such activities are separate from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they are considered asat. The word asat means bad or temporary. And Sat means permanent and good. Activities performed for the satisfaction of Krishna are permanent and good. But Asat activity, although sometimes celebrated as philanthropy, altruism, nationalism, this ism or that ism, will never produce any permanent result and is therefore all bad. Even a little work done in Krishna consciousness is permanent asset and is all good because it is done for Krishna, the all-good Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is everyone's friend. Sruhida Sarva Bhutanam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the only enjoyer and the proprietor of everything. Bhaktaram Jagya Tapasam Sarvalokam Maheshwaram. Therefore, any activity performed for the Supreme Lord is permanent. As a result of such activities, the performer is immediately recognized. Nacha tasmad manushyeshu kaschin me priyakittama. Such a devotee, however, because of full knowledge of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, is immediately transcendental, although he may superficially appear to be engaged in materialistic activities. You're all listening, right? Otherwise, I'm just reading and reading. You're like, your mind's somewhere else. The only distinction between materialistic activities and spiritual activity is that material activity is performed only to satisfy one's own senses. Sorry. Read it again. Nacha tasman manushyeshu kashin me priyakittama. Such a devotee, because of full knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is immediately transcendental, although he may superficially appear to be engaged in materialistic activities. The only distinction between materialistic activities and spiritual activity is that material activity is performed only to satisfy one's own senses, whereas spiritual activity is meant to satisfy the transcendental senses of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By spiritual activity, everyone factually benefits, whereas by materialistic activity, no one benefits, and instead one becomes entangled in the laws of karma. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 8th canto, 9th chapter of the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, entitled The Lord Incarnate as Mohini Murti. It's very hard for me to concentrate because last 2 days has been like full on. One house program to the other house, and then Harinam. Sometimes I think, when am I going to get a break? But the guy was saying before, there's no break. Have a holiday, build a house in Hawaii, somewhere on the beach. You're dreaming, because you may die before that. So, just like it is explained in this purport, the spiritual activity and material activity. Prabhupada was very clear in this purport. This purport is actually meant for us, particularly. Because everything you do, materialistic people are doing also. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. So where is the difference? Well, we are doing it for Krishna, that's the difference. Even if you have children, it's for Krishna. Because you're going to make your children Krishna conscious. Right? There's animals, they also have children. Sometimes they even do better, because they have so many. Fish, they can give 1,000 eggs at one time. So you have so many, but so what? If you can make them Krishna conscious, that's what makes a difference. Even one. Prabhupada said, just like the stars. There's millions of stars in the sky when you look at night. I lived in China, there's no stars. There's stars, but it's always cloudy because of pollution. I could never see stars or moon. They have this moon festival. They go out to have a look at the moon. No one can see the moon. And I came here in Melbourne, there's like, wherever you are, you can see full of stars. So Prabhupada said, so many stars, but one moon can light up all the stars. You understand? So, devotees just like that. Prabhupada is that one moon. And so, you can have so many, but if you have one person, you make them Krishna conscious, is sufficient to make the whole world peaceful. So the idea of our life, human life, is to mold in such a way that we divert our life's mission towards Krishna, our life's activities towards Krishna. Everything. Family life, grihastha life, whatever, ashram, all are directed towards Krishna. So if you take Krishna out, there's no difference. But we are here every day singing and dancing. They're also doing singing and dancing. Right? Not 4:30 in the morning though. So we are singing and dancing for the pleasure of Krishna. Even taking prasadam, even going to sleep is spiritual. Because you lay down, so you have a good rest, you can get up and sing and dance. You can pray to Krishna. Please, oh Krishna, please give me health so I can serve you. It's transcendental. You can do yoga so you can stay healthy, so no bodily issues. Every day you take, bucket of tablets and your anxiety, depress, so many things. So your life is wasted, simply think of your own body. So if you can stay healthy, to serve Krishna. So there's two types of health. There's spiritual health and material health. Material health is actually for us, is not material. Because when we think of the body, we stay healthy so we can serve Krishna. And the spiritual health is that mentally and in your consciousness, you are Krishna conscious. Your heart is full of Krishna conscious. So physical health and spiritual health, both are important for us. Isn't it? That's why we see, we were selective, what we eat, what we don't want to eat. We reject what is unhealthy. So we accept what is favorable to serve Krishna. We accept what is favorable that will please Krishna, and we reject what is unfavorable. Whatever situation you're in, you have to see if this is going to actually please Krishna. Then I will do it. What is the need for us to do Harinam in the street? You can stay home and watch TV and cricket or whatever else. But we go out because this is what pleases Krishna. That's what we are meant to do. That is our purpose of human life. The purpose is to please Krishna. Jare dekho tare kaho Krishna upadesh. Amara gaya guru hai taro edesh. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, whomever you meet, jare dekho tare kaho, you tell them of Krishna. Krishna upadesh. You become a guru. Amar agya guru hai taro edesh. And deliver the world from nations. You become a guru, a teacher. Vaishnava, every one of us is a teacher, spiritual teacher. Tell others about Krishna. Like it says here, your words, your mind, and your body. Kaya mana vakya. Every time we talk, blah, 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 we're talking, right? We're talking so many things. Talking about family, talking about war in the Middle East, talking about sports, talking about, business. So many things you can talk about. But your tongue is meant to vibrate Krishna Katha, topics of Krishna. That's the definition of love. If you love Krishna, you want to talk about Krishna. Like if you love someone, you cannot think of them and talk about them. because you love them. It's in your mind constantly. So similarly, you have to think of Krishna. Put Krishna in your mind, Krishna in your heart. So even we go to sleep. I went to sleep last night. They made the bed, it was 5-star hotel. If you stay in a devotee's house, they really take care of you. They make a bed, really comfortable. And I had too much pusharam last night. You know, they had rasagula, homemade, not in the can. What else? Gulab jamun, homemade, not from the can, from the Indian shop. All homemade. And at least 10 types of sabjis. And you think, oh, Hare Krishna is so austere. I don't think so. And that was at 10 o'clock at night. And we had 2 hours of kirtan. Not like Hare Krishna. It was full on. There's no question of sleeping. Dancing, singing. That's why I was struggling this morning with my throat. And I went to sleep around 11:30. And I had to make a pizza for someone. Because we had pizza dough extra, so we had to make pizza at 11 o'clock at night. And then we offered to your Gaurnitai at 11:30. So Gaurnitai had a special night, pizza party night, 11:30 at night. Because your home deity, there's no regulative, you can do whatever. So, I couldn't sleep. And I was thinking, and then they changed the time. Daylight saving. Got less 1 hour. What is this? So I was thinking when I get up, my alarm is only on till Monday to Friday, and Saturday. And Sunday doesn't go off, because Sunday you sleep in. We're not supposed to sleep in. Sunday is the day you come. So the alarm didn't go. But the whole night I was thinking, I have to get up, I have to get up. And then it was 4:30. I said, just get up. So I woke up around 4:30 and I was just lying around, pusharam, burping, cannot sleep. So that's why you have to regulate your life. There's time for everything. Don't eat too much at night. You can sing and dance, that's okay. I haven't heard anyone getting sick from singing and dancing. Anyone? You can go and sing and dance all night. Never tired of it. You don't get sick. Mahaprasadam. You can get sick from it because you overeat. You can eat a little bit. Thank you, Krishna. Not in the Melbourne temple. If you give everyone a little bit of prasadam, they may be offended. They need a full plate. So the difference of a devotee and a non-devotee is that everything we do is for Krishna. Even if you eat plate full of prasadam up to your neck, it's not Maya. Don't worry. Don't get in. I'm not telling you, don't come to Melbourne, don't do practice austerity. This is the first time I'm using this word austerity. Nobody uses it because that's somewhere in India, there's nothing to eat, they say austerity. Not here. Here we have party every day. Like I say, 11:30, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was eating pizza at midnight. And then your son said, I want pizza, because he smelt it. I want pizza. He said, no, it's very late now. So I woke up 4:30, I went in the kitchen, I opened the lid, there's 3 trays of pizza there. I was thinking, I could eat some of this now. No one is watching. But I was thinking it's very early to eat. I have to go to temple, give class. So there's a higher taste you have to acquire. It's not always in the food. You see, when you go to India, you go to the Goshala, and the cows, they take the tongue out this long. They lick your body. It feels good because scratchy. But they're licking your body because you have sweat, it's salty. Not that they like you. Don't get in this illusion. And then the dog, they come and you go to their home and they smell your feet because they actually want to eat your leg. I say, oh, I better not. I'm going against, I'm overboard. So they're controlling. Don't think they like you so much that they're worshipping your feet with your tongue. No. They want to eat you, actually. The concept is there, the enjoyment, propensity. So the idea is to filter your life, is to see what is actually favorable for me to serve Krishna. Even if it's 11:30 at night, you can smell the pizza, you can't sleep anymore. But then we have to control ourselves because we know we have to serve Krishna. We have to go to the program, we have to chant our japa. If he's going to interrupt us from chanting Hare Krishna, better not we enjoy that. The real enjoyment is chanting Hare Krishna, isn't it? Who in the world, 4:30 in the morning, at 7:30 in the morning, having a Hare Krishna? We just did almost 45 minutes chanting in the temple. I know. Right? Who can do? My shirt is wet. And the same shirt I wore last night, I didn't have a copy of it. You dry it and wear it again. That's why you're not near me, which is good. So, when the sweat coming from your body is material desires going out, squeezing your body, take out your material desire. Like in India, they make sugarcane juice, ganne ka ras. Right? Ganne ka ras, they say in Hindi, bahut acha. Give me a glass of it. Second glass, please. Put ice in it, and lemon and ginger. Right? So, they make this sugarcane juice, and they put the sugarcane 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, till they get every drop out. There's no juice in there. And then they throw it. It's so dry, you can pick it up, it's like cotton, because there's no juice. And then the cow comes by, grabbing, wow, so juicy. There's no juice in there. They took every drop out. So the material enjoyment is just, it's like that. Prabhupada gives an example. Ganne ka ras. There's just not even a drop in there. Think, bahut acha lag raha hai. I feel so good, there's so much juice in there. There's no juice. It's all abstracted by the machine. So the Maya makes you think, so nice. It's very alluring. Very, what a cha. It's illusory potency. Watch out. Yeah? Prabhupada gives the example of a deer. They're in a desert and they're very thirsty. And they're running on the road, and way down the road they see there's water. Looks like if you're driving like if you drove from here to Sydney, you see if on a sunny day, looks like way down the road there's water. And he gets closer, there's no water. They run, no water. Run again, there's water. Bit further, no water. Someone comes, yeah, I got water. Open your mouth. 1 drop, toing. And you get, can you give me a bit more? No. That's Maya. They give you 1 drop of pleasure, and you are running after it. There's a bit more. Just keep trying. Maybe we'll get a bit more later. That's Maya, illusion. You come here, you have a huge plate of prasadam. It's all good. And then a couple hours later, you're still hungry. So the enjoyment in the material world is very limited. Very limited. Boys and girls, in the girls you're thinking, I'm so pretty. But when you turn 40, 50, your body starts to change. They look in the mirror, what's happening? I'm not pretty anymore. That's the body. Don't worry. I look at myself 20 years ago, what happened to me? All the hair is going out and all this curly hair. I have some photos, like afro hair. Like the hair that goes around like that, Sai Baba, like that kind of hair. Even your comb will break. Yeah, if you stand long enough in the street, the bird will make a nest there. So, that's a really nice nest. So that kind of hair. And you think, oh, hair is not growing anymore. But Krishna created that because at least towards our end of our life, we could be a bit more serious about Krishna. So you're bodily handsome and pretty that goes, then there's nothing here. I have to go to God now. Only thing left is Bhagavan, or Krishna hai. So Krishna takes away, He created this old age. So at least at the end of our life, we can turn to Krishna. Sannyas. Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Banapa, Sannyas. Finally, Krishna is thinking, when He is going to come to me? When? So He's waiting. In India, they never use this word sannyas because they're scared. The parents, they never tell their son to sannyas. They change the subject, put them somewhere. Give them a drink, or they forget. This is why they get dementia. We can get dementia to forget material life. We can take special tablet to forget material things and remember Krishna. That kind of dementia is okay. We had one dog in our farm in Govardhan, New South Wales. The dog's name was Hare Rama. They said Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. And we had a dog there, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. So this dog, he used to, when we were chanting japa in the temple room, he would also go around like a parikrama. And he goes, gao, gao, gao. We were chanting Hare Krishna actually. So one day, the dog went missing. No one can find the dog. So we went to the town nearby, in Murulumba. The dog was there. The dog fell down from spiritual life, looking for a she-dog in the town. So we had to bring the dog back. He doesn't belong here. He belonged to the farm. He was sannyasi. So they gave the dog so much halava and gulab jamun, he died from it. Yeah. So they brought the doctor. The dog was very sick. They said the dog has worm in the stomach. It's from too much gulab jamun and halava and sweet rice. Vegetarian dog. So I'm talking for you, huh? So just be careful. I remember when I first joined the Hare Krishna movement, it was really fun because there was hardly anything to eat. You had all day to chant japa. If you miss your prasadam, that's it. You have to wait for the next time. Breakfast was 9 o'clock sharp. If you came late, there's nothing left because they only had a little bit. So everyone is desperate to get on time. Prasadam 1 o'clock sharp. If you came 10 minutes later, Prabhu, everybody eats up like a, quick. There was not much, there's no seconds even. So anyway, that time was such austerity. But when we saw Srila Prabhupada, it's all made good for us. When you see pure devotee like Prabhupada, your hunger, your thirst, it all disappears. It feels so good. It's like meeting Krishna. And you're meeting Krishna every day. Because when you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna's there in His name. You're relishing Krishna through His name. You go, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Bol, Hare Krishna. You're not going to, obviously, you're not going to feel Krishna listening to you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Bol. I've seen some of the kids and the parents tell, oh, my son, he chants 16 rounds every day. So I observe the kids. They go, what? Are you seriously chanting 16 rounds? But at least you got to give them a credit for chanting. But we have to chant sincerely. I was talking this last night in the program. What's your name? Sri Hari. Oh, that's a good name. So if it's Sri Hari, no, if it's Sri Hari. Did you hear it? Oh, because I used to speak. Sri Hari. Oh. Can you hear that? Say hey. You hear that? Hey, hey. Hey, hey. So, I'm just giving an example. So, if I am calling your name very clearly, with tears in the eyes, Sri Hari, then Sri Hari go, oh, who is calling me? Yes, I'm here. What do you got for me? Right? So Krishna, same way. He is listening. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. He's not going to pay attention. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I done the 16 rounds. Now bring my prasadam. How Krishna has a feeling too. Bhava grahe janardana. You can attract Krishna by your feelings, affection, love. Right? Like Mataji, you call husband. What's the guy's name? Huh? Kana. 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 So, everybody has... Sorry. So, sometimes people have, when you filling up a form, when you come from at the airport, they filling up a form, right? And they have hey, do you have a middle name? So, I don't have a middle name. So maybe you can put Kana, or your middle name. So it's a very special name. So Krishna has many names. So when he called Krishna, it's the most attractive name. So he has his name, but she calls him Kana. It's a very... Huh? Krishna Kana. Kanaya, oh sorry. So it's even better. Kana. Okay. Samajh kiya. Got it. So that's the affectionate name. So when you call Krishna, there's a special name that he's attracted. You can call him Gopal or Gopal or other names. There's hundreds of names. But that particular name, Krishna, is, Krishna, who's calling me? Hare Krishna, tears in the eyes, rolling in the ground, people giving you prasadam, people wagging, saying, I'm not interested, I want Krishna only. And then Krishna goes, he's paying attention, he's want to know who is calling me. So if I say, Sri Hari, no one, but you have to say clearly and loudly. That's why it says, when you chant Hare Krishna, you have to chant clearly, with your heart. There was a deity in Vrindavan, Banki Vihari, right? They're always singing that this one guy named Madhava, he has the video, so he's saying, Banki Vihari, you know that song? And he does that, and he's doing all the dance, all the funky dance, and it's in Vrindavan. He came here a few times, Banki Vihari, like, and everyone's really attracted. And he has all these ladies dressed up like gopis. So he's singing Banki Vihari. So there is a deity of Banki Vihari. I lived in Vrindavan many years when I lived in Gurukul. So it's a very, very active temple. Hundreds of people. Whenever you go to the Banki Vihari temple, you can hardly see the deity because they close the curtain and they open, Banki Vihari, and thousands of coins landing on you because they just throw coins. They go into your body, in your pocket. I loved it. Some are going in my pocket. Oh, 1 rupee, yeah. Like this. So, this Banki Vihari temple, there is one guy. So when you come out of the temple, there's all Mithai ka dokan hai, the sweet shops. Some of the best sweets in India are to be found outside Banki Vihari temple. Where are you guys going? Water. Okay. He didn't ask permission. You can't just walk out like that. Okay. I'm from the olden time. If you walk out of the temple, they cut your prasadam. And give an excuse before the class. Sorry, Prabhuji, I have to go to middle of the class. I need to go out. I'm telling you in advance. He didn't tell me in advance. Just walking out. It's like, how rude is that? It's okay, it's okay. It's not those days, it's time to change. You can do whatever you like, it's fine. Anyway, so Sorry, the Banki Vihari, some of the best sweets, one of the best sweets is called pera. Anybody knows? Pera. Okay? Pera doesn't mean pair of shoes, pera. Pera. It's made out of milk. You go to Vrindavan, like ladies go to the Lay Bazaar. We go to, oh Krishna, please take me to Vrindavan. I want to see Banki Vihari, I want to see, And then when you go to Vrindavan, and you go to the Lay Bazaar for sari shopping. I go to the Dokan, Mishti Dokan. So they have some of the best sweets outside outside the Banki Vihari. So they make these sweets in a kadai. So they boil the milk, boil, and they get cream. And they put the cream away. That cream is for making rubbery. So good. You kids, make sure you don't drool, because keep the saliva inside. So whatever left, the milk becomes condensed, and so that milk becomes less and less. Water evaporates, and it becomes pera, burfi, where we have burfi here. But that pera is like my favorite. So there was a person. He had a shop. He used to sell pera. So he said, so he used to leave his dokan, his shop open till midnight. So they asked, why do you keep your shop open so late? He said, maybe one day the Banki Vihari will come to my shop. When everyone is closed, he will come and eat in my shop. Perhaps he will buy from me or take some sweets. So everybody, and it went on for a long time, and he was just keeping it open. No one came. So one day, Banki Vihari left and went to the shop. A small boy, and he says, I want the pera. And he didn't have a pocket or anything, just hand. And so he looked really cute and very beautiful boy. So he gave him the pera in his hand. He said, you have it. He said, no, I don't want to pay for it. Just give me for, I want to pay for it. I don't want for free. He said, no. You just take it for free. Because when some kids come, you want to give them. They look like this small girl. They come in and knock on the door. Any puris? They come every day, exactly what time the puris they're ready. They come in. Sometimes, the devotees, you guys like adults, they just make your plate and take it all. There's no puri left for kids. So make sure there is prasadam for kids. Don't just take all your puri and for your family. So these kids will come and knocking, any puris? So then, so Krishna came to the shop midnight, and he gave him all this pera, and his hand was so full, because Krishna has a small hand, small kid, the hands are not so big. So the pera was coming out, and Krishna wanted to pay him. So Krishna was wearing what do you call that? We call it bracelets, yeah, and it's golden. So he insisted that he give him that. There's a reason for that. He could have taken for free. So then next day, the Krishna's thing was missing. So the pujari come in. Pujari sometimes in our temple. I've been here a few times, and you're supposed to wake the deity around 4 o'clock, 10 to 4. You go in. I came here one time. It was 5 past 4. No one was there. And then I saw one brahmachari went past like a whirlwind. He was late. And they came there to wake the deity. He was late. And so anyway, so Pujari went in to wake the deity, and they found this pera everywhere. On the floor, on the altar, because Krishna ate and he may be mucking around with it. So he had it everywhere, all these peras. So the news were out that where does this pera come from? At the same time, this bracelet was missing. So they found out that guy was keeping the door open till midnight, that one day Banki Vihari will come. So that day he knew this was Banki Bihari. And so they figured out that the pujari knew that this is the guy because the pyara came from his shop. So he had the thing, and he gave back to the temple. So that guy went mad. So, oh, Krishna came to my dokan, Krishna came to my shop. He closed the shop, he went crazy. He went, oh Krishna, all over Vrindavan. He's just everywhere, rolling on the ground. Like we say when he chanted Hare Krishna, tears come from here. Hey Krishna, hey Krishna. And he was rolling on the ground. Oh, Banki Bihari, like that. Let's read a little bit. So here, Nacha tasman manusheshu kaschin me priyakattama. Such a devotee, because of full knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is immediately transcendental, although he may superficially appear to be engaged in material activities. The only distinction between materialistic activity and spiritual activity is that material activity is performed only to satisfy one's own senses, whereas spiritual activity is meant to satisfy the transcendental senses of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that's the point I'm trying to say. So sometimes devotees, it looks like devotees doing materialistic activity, but it's not. You have to be very careful to see devotees maybe, but you don't know who devotee is. So sometimes I was just in Fiji, and they say Kaliya Krishna is Fiji. You know, Kaliya serpent. Kaliya serpent left Vrindavan. Prabhupada said the serpent is in Fiji. So sometimes Kaliya serpent, they take the shape of a devotee. They're sitting in the temple, listening to Krishna Katha from a devotee. So we don't know. So you go to work, but you are working, but your mind at Krishna. That's the difference. So that's a very important point to understand that even though you're in a material world, but you are not in the material world. At the same time, your mind is fixed on Krishna. Krishna said that even the lotus leaf is in the water, but it's not touched by water, the water will drip off. Similarly, a devotee he may be sleeping, he may be working, he has a family, so many things, material, car, home, but his thinking is for Krishna's pleasure. He's using his car to go to the temple. You can use your car to go to work, but because the work you're doing, so you can earn enough money, pay off your home, so you can be peacefully chanting Hare Krishna, you can have a temple in a home. So you're transforming your life into spiritual life. That's called Yukta Vairagya. We're talking about it yesterday. Spiritual life. So everything you have to understand, you have to filter it. Just like this water, it's filter water, isn't it? So the water is not just from the tap, it's filtered water. So you have to filter your consciousness with Krishna consciousness. That's the difference. So I try to make you understand through some stories, make it, but the point is there. At the back of the philosophy, the point is to understand that it is actually meant for Krishna. Even your body is for Krishna's pleasure. Just like you're wearing a glass, so you can see, you can read, isn't it? So sometimes when you wear dark glass, you see everything dark, but you have to wear glass that's transparent. It's perfect for reading. So you have to similarly change your consciousness so you can see Krishna, you can associate, you can do things that are suitable, is for pleasing Krishna. Even though sometimes difficult, but then at the end you know it's pleasing Krishna. So there's no problem. Okay? Any questions? Yes.
Hi Krishna Prabhu. Thank you for a very nice class. The question is, here we were discussing about the changing or doing activities for Krishna. That is the difference between the materialistic people and the devotees. In our sadhaka level, we see that as we progress, the consciousness starts more towards Krishna, like our activities. But then there are two things. One is the internal consciousness will change, but the external activities may not change. Like going to the job or so many other activities, driving, etc. But then there is another stage as well that even the external activities will change, because now the internal consciousness is becoming more Krishna conscious. So it will be reflected externally as well.
Yeah.
So that transition, for some it may be quick, for some it may be slow. So how do we understand that the transition is smooth as well as appropriate and not haphazardly, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the thing is, as we progress in spiritual life, it becomes more prominent. That is natural. You see, like, there's a result coming. Like if you're working, you start to save money and it's building up your business. There's a result coming, not just working and you're not getting anything out of it. So similarly in spiritual life also, it's not like, you just… So the results are coming. It depends on you. You will know that it's progressing. You're chanting to drown. You feel the effect. Oh, I had such a good day. You can see a good devotee, a devotee especially, one who is actually conscious, doing things consciously especially, they will see, things will reveal. Krishna says, I reveal to them through the heart. So you will see the result. But at the same time, we're not attached to the result, the progress we make. Oh, I'm so great devotee. I've been so devotee for so… We don't think that way. We give result to our guru. But at the same time, we can be proud of ourselves that we are progressing. That is the result. Krishna is rewarding you. You're feeling happy of service. So it's not like you just do and then nothing coming. Prabhupada said, immediately you'll feel happy. That's the result of chanting Hare Krishna and of service. So it can be different for everyone. Someone may be coming, I have to chant japa, I know. Or someone may, I'm serious. So there's different level. So it might take time longer for someone who is just doing routine, someone who is more deep, so it's more quicker. It's just like you go to study, someone much more serious, they cut their time for fun and they spend all night studying, they're into it and they do a resource work, so much. And as soon as they have time off, they take longer. They maybe have to do it again. So like that. So it depends. But the result will come sooner or later. But it's not that, I'm chanting Hare Krishna, nothing coming. No, Krishna is there. He's watching us. He's there always to reward us. That depends how we're accepting, how we're understanding it. Just like when you see the water, down there there's a dust. I can see it. But if you're blind, you'll not see it. You see everything dust. You see everyone's bad. This Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, yes, and they just come to eat. No, we can see there's a reason why we're here. Of course, you attend the program and you give prasadam, that's the program. Kirtan, Prabhupada, prasadam, that's the system. Not just one thing. So everything has we follow up. So, similarly, in spiritual life, it's not that we are just doing it and you're not getting out of it anything. There's result, immediate result, chanting Hare Krishna. But then, it's just like Prabhupada gives the example of a mother when they are pregnant, they don't expect to have a child straight away. That's maybe in heaven. Here you have to wait till 9 months. And it's not easy. If any man get pregnant, it's not easy. You walk around big belly hanging out over 9 months. You can't eat a thing. It's squashed in there. I don't know how you feel it. Must be really a lot of suffering. But you can't expect the baby to be just boom, it's there. Oh, wow, I can't believe it. No. So there's a lot of austerity before you get the result. So similarly, perform Krishna consciousness. Don't expect result to come instantly. You have to work for it. But it's there. But it's just going on, it's going to take longer. So, but the result is there. It depends on us. See? So, but Prabhupada said, in Hare Krishna movement, there's no austerity. Everything is so easy. It's all enjoyable. Prabhupada used to say, where is the austerity? You come here, sit for half an hour, I talk to you, blah, 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 blah. You close your ears, you don't want to hear, and at the end you get big plate of prasadam for free. So much result here. You can live here. I see people in the street, homeless, begging. Why not they come and join temple, chant Hare Krishna, and they can have a good life. Free food, ashram, and you go back to Godhead. No. In India, there's people, it's also, they can't give up bidi, the bidi. They're so attached. We give up all those intoxicant substances. We're high on spiritual life, but people don't want these things. They're happy to have, work their body just for a little bit of pleasure. So you have to see these things, comparison. Sometimes it's necessary to see, okay, this is actually good. That's why suffering is there. Don't think we are devotee and immediately, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, your feet doesn't touch the ground anymore because you're transcendental now. Still have to work. We still have to chant Hare Krishna. We still have to purify our heart. So many things. Okay.
Thank you.
This girl.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for the nice class. Prabhu, my question is singing and dancing enough to take us back home, back to Godhead? Because for myself, I sometimes find like chanting, fasting, and other things hard for me. But like singing and dancing is pretty fun and easy. So is singing and dancing enough to take us back home?
This is a very, very good question. I'm liking it. Yeah, of course. Because someone may be very good at cooking, someone may be very good at cleaning, someone may be very good at dressing deity, someone may be shaving up the devotee, someone may be, so many things. Someone may be just taking prasadam, or someone may be very good at dancing. Just one thing, if you're good at it, stick to it. Or you say, I'm good at dancing, I don't do anything else. But when it's time to do, if your house is on fire and I'm sorry, I'm busy dancing. Right? No, don't bother me, I'm too busy dancing for Krishna. The temple's burning down. So we have to also understand that we have to be practical. Of course, if you dance really nicely, dance and you can go back to Godhead. It's just that. But we also do side things at the same time. You still need to go to the toilet, you still need to sleep, you need to take a shower, you have to take prasadam. Somebody has to cook that for you, right? It's not like you all the dancing, and immediately prasadam comes, everything, and the toothbrush comes, you brush, and the machine does it. So there's so many things you have to do. So you dance, of course, that's going to make you have to perfect what you do. At the same time, there are other things you also have to do for Krishna. But you may be very good at that, dancing. Other things you're doing, you're not good at it, but you have to do it for the purpose of doing it. So like that. But like me, I'm not like professional speaker or PhD, I never went to the school, the Hare Krishna Gurukul. I went to Gurukul, and they didn't even give me a certificate after. And they said, where did you study, when you go to get a job? I said, I went to Gurukul. What the hell Gurukul is? I don't even know. So Krishna knows what you do, and you're good at that, and you can, like that. Understand? Anybody else? 9:05. I am following the example of our leader, Aniruddha Prabhu, because he always speaks after 9, so I'm not doing wrong. One more question? Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna.